first off, let's break down what this idea of constitutional sheriffs is. So this idea of a constitutional sheriff is based on something called sheriff supremacy. And sheriff supremacy is actually a variant of something called county supremacy. And that's this idea that basically all legitimate powers should rest at the county level. Now, there's actually two versions of county supremacy. I mean, there are probably more, but the way that I think about it is there's two versions. So there's the sheriff version that we're going to talk about tonight at length. And then there's another one that's really focused on the county commission that we can talk about a little bit more in the Q&A if you're interested. But the basic idea of county supremacy is this general idea that counties have powers and responsibilities that they don't really have. And a key component of that is this belief that basically county governments can act as local nullification areas. So when you're talking about sheriff supremacy and generally county supremacy as well, what you're talking about is this belief that the county commissioners, or in this case, the county sheriff, can really decide, hey, I don't like that law or that policy. And that policy can come from the state level, it can come from the federal level, but in their view, they have the ability to basically say, nope, we don't think that that's constitutional, and therefore it will not be enforced in our county. So the past few years, we've seen this idea of county supremacy overall, so both kind of the sheriff piece and the county commissioner piece have really been a driving motivation behind a lot of the extremist activity that we've seen at the local level. Now, while I like to say like there's those two versions at the 20,000 foot level, at the community level, they basically run together. And so often you'll see both of them unified into basically one narrative at the community level. But okay, so let's go back to sheriff supremacy, since that's what we're going to talk about tonight. What does that involve? What do the proponents of sheriff supremacy run around telling people? And it really centers around this idea that county sheriffs are the highest legitimate law officers in a county. Often that comes with this idea that state and federal authorities have no ability to act within a county's jurisdiction without the sheriff's permission. And it's not even just about outside the county, so state and federal agents not being able to enforce the law, but it also comes down to county sheriffs having the ability to determine what laws will or will not be enforced and what laws are considered constitutional. So essentially, under this idea of sheriff supremacy, sheriffs get to act like judges. They get to determine what's constitutional. They get to determine what laws will and will not be enforced. And you'll often hear them say something along the lines of, you know, the president and the US Supreme Court, they have no ability to come in here and tell us what we're doing or what we should be doing.